When we first talked to the brother of Tracy Boston more than 2 years ago, he described her as someone who always saw the good in everyone she met and that it never took much for her to lend a helping hand to others.
Yeah, her family says that's exactly what she was doing when she disappeared back in 2021. And they believe the person she was looking out for has something to do with her death. KLBK's Jaxie Pigeon talked with Tracy's children today. Jaxie.
Well, Tracy Boston's grown children say she was a very loving sister, mother, and grandmother, and was certainly very good about staying in touch with her family. As the people who knew her best, her family could tell something was off and thought maybe she wasn't the person typing the messages that would come through to them from her phone number.
I actually spoke to her on Christmas. That's the last time I spoke to her.
That was December of 2020, when Brandon Cooley would have his last conversation with his mother, Tracy Boston. Her family started to become skeptical of the cryptic messages Boston would send, so her brother went to check on her.
Our uncle kind of stopped by there to check and see what was going on, and they found this guy, Corey, on site, and he said that he knew where our mom was and all this stuff, but then was going to lead our uncle to her, but then when they got on the highway, he just kind of took off.
Human remains were found in Hale County in January 2021 after 26-year-old Corey Webster was found driving Boston's pickup truck. Webster was arrested and charged with stealing her truck and abuse of a corpse. At the time, DPS reported Webster as a person of interest in Boston's disappearance.
As soon as I was told that human remains were found inside the burn barrel when he was caught, I automatically knew, because there was like pieces of her purse and stuff that were also found in there. And that's the day that we kind of all definitively knew that she was no longer with us.
To this day, the family says her remains have not been positively identified, but they presume the ones found in Hale County belong to Boston and believe Webster is responsible for her death.
We haven't heard from her in 2 years, so we know she's gone. We know he was the last one with her. He had her truck, he had her phone. It's pretty easy to put it together.
The family says the only evidence they've been given is results from a DNA test that still aren't clear.
At this point, there's not a lot to go on other than the DNA results, and they are matched to my uncle and my aunt.
It's been over 2 years, and the family still has not been able to memorialize Boston. Tonight, they are hoping for justice.
My mother was the victim, and we're sitting here in limbo, just trying to come to grips and get a little bit of closure.
Tonight, 26-year-old Corey Webster is still in Hale County custody pending prosecution for murder. When I asked for additional details on Webster, Hale County District Attorney Wally Hatch tells me he couldn't give any information, that those documents are sealed since the case is currently under investigation.